All right, everybody, what's up? Good evening. What else better is there for us to do on a Sunday than talk about how we're going to make money in all of this chaos? We got a lot of people that are on official lockdowns statewide. So, what better thing? I couldn't think of anything I'd rather be doing right now than getting on, doing a live stream with you guys and talk about how we're going to just rip some more money out of this market. So, guys, welcome to our another one of our live streams. It's a pleasure having you all join me tonight. I'm super excited to get this live stream underway with you because a few things. First, we've got a huge trade on that looks like we're going to bank big. If you guys watch my video that I posted on Friday about SPY put options, expecting a gap down on Monday, and we're gapping down big right now in the futures. Futures were actually halted. So we're going to be talking about in this live stream how right now is just honestly the single greatest opportunity that I have seen in my trading career is happening and is occurring right now. Not only the volatility that we're seeing in the marketplace with how big of moves we are seeing in individual stocks, overall markets, the VIX and TVIX, fear indicators, options are trading. They're just the volatility intraday is just insane. And then obviously now this sell off, we were down like 30 to 34%, depending on which index you were looking at. On Friday, from our recent highs, we are way lower than that right now in the futures market. So we're going to be looking at probably dropping 40 to 45% from our recent highs, which is going to put us not that far away from 2008. 2008, we were down about 50 to 55%, depending on which index you were looking at. If it's S&P, Dow, NASDAQ, the Russell, depending on which index you were looking at, we were down about 50 to 55. So we've got about 20% more to go if we're going to match that decline. And it seems like we're well on our way. So with this live stream, we're going to talk about the opportunity that we have right now and why this literally is the greatest single opportunity that I have seen for traders to not only pull out and really have your biggest days ever, your biggest weeks ever, your biggest months ever because of the opportunity that we have intraday, but also truly building wealth. This is the greatest wealth building opportunity that I have seen. Do not fall for the fear mongering, the world is ending. It's nonsense. Are we going to go into a recession? We're probably already in one. Is that the end of the world? No. Okay. Is the coronavirus going to wipe out all of humanity? No. Is Apple going to go out of business because the coronavirus? No. Do not fall for the fear mongering. You have all these, there's so many people that are talking about like how the world is ending. And there's people that are now not only even talking about a recession, but are talking about a depression. And I'm just like, guys, once this virus is out of the way and is under control, yes, will there be economic repercussions that will affect our recovery? Yes, of course there will. But that does not negate the fact that this is the greatest opportunity to build wealth that I have seen. Last week, I started adding to my long-term portfolio. I have a dollar amount set aside that I wanted to add to my long-term portfolio. Last week, I added 25% of it. This week, I'm adding at least the 50% bulk of that dollar amount because I think we are getting close to our bottom. And that's what we're going to talk about in this live stream. I'm going to start the live stream off like I do every live stream, which is a blanket Q&A session for about 15, 20 minutes or so. Give people time to log on. And while I go through this and we kind of talk about what's going on and I wait for some people to log on, I'm just going to open up the floor, guys. I'm going to open up the floor to let you guys just kind of ask me a couple of questions, whatever it is. I'll take like 3, 4, maybe 5 questions, depending on how long it takes for me to get through them. But I'm excited to get into the live stream because, like I said, this is the single greatest opportunity, wealth building opportunity that I have seen. And I traded through 2008. I saw the crash in 2008, the recession in 2008. Stocks were on sale. The US economy is on sale. And in this live stream, I'm going to show you how you can build wealth during this moment and in this environment. That's the purpose of this live stream. Everybody's quarantined, everybody's stuck inside, nobody's going anywhere. So, what better way to spend your time but figuring out how to build wealth for yourself and your family? Because there's no better time to do so, literally, than right now. Go ahead, guys, give me a couple of questions. Fire away. I'll answer a couple questions before we get things started, and then I will. I want to introduce somebody to you. Actually, there's somebody that I'm gonna bring on this live stream with me to answer some questions and to give you kind of their take, their feedback, see where they see opportunity. Another very successful trader that I've known for many years. So, guys, go ahead. Let's get things started. Feel free, fire away, ask me a couple of questions. Bruno, good question. Bruno asks, what advice do you have for those with accounts lower than 25K, very limited on day trades? Bruno, two things. There are two things that you could, two ways that you can get around this. First of all, I will say I absolutely despise the PDT rule. That's the pattern day trading rule. For those of you that are new to trading, it's a rule that's put in place where if you have less than 25 grand in your account and you're using margin, that's the key. If you're using margin, you can only place 3-day trades in a rolling 5-day period. So you're very limited with the amount of trades that you can make. A day trade, for those of you that don't know, is if you're buying and selling the same security within the same day. Okay, so if you do that 3 times in a rolling 5-day period, you can't trade again until that 5-day rolling period is up. So, Bruno, to answer your question, there are two ways that you can get around the pattern day trading rule. First and foremost, let's say you guys have $10,000 in a trading account. Okay, split it up into two. Open an account at TD Ameritrade, put 5 grand in it. Open an account up at E-Trade, put 5 grand into it. Now you have 2 accounts. Now you have 6 trades instead of 3. Okay. That's option number one. Option number two is to trade with a cash account. A cash account will allow you to trade with the settled funds in your account. Now, this will not limit you to day trades, but it will limit you to your cash. Okay. The cash that is in your account. So you won't be able to trade with margin, but you can trade with just the cash that is in your account. Giving for 2 days for that cash to clear before you can trade with it again. And that's another way that you can get around the pattern day trading rule. And this will give you guys some flexibility with being able to place more trades within that same 5-day period. So, Bruno, I hope that answers your question. Next. Hey, Jeff? What's up? On Friday before the close, I bought 3 contracts of the SPY 175 strike put with Friday's expiration. Do you think I'll make a profit on those tomorrow? Brother, you are going to make moku bucks tomorrow at the open. Yes, you're going to make a nice chunk of change on those options. For those of you that don't know, since you just brought that question up, let me get into my trade from last week before we keep going. On Friday, if you guys saw, I posted a video on Friday. Usually my end of day recaps, I post after the close. Friday, I did something a little different because I saw a great opportunity in the market. And I thought that we had a slam dunk trade because I thought we were going to have a big gap down Monday. Right now, the futures market opened up down 4.5% and halted on the way down. So right now, the futures market is predicting a very large gap down tomorrow. We could see another halt on the S&P tomorrow. Remember, the S&P will halt down 7%. It's possible we can see that again tomorrow. The futures market is already indicating a 4 to 5% gap down. So before the close on Friday, I posted a video titled, "What will the stock market do next?" And that's because I had just was entering SPY put options. I've got the 230 strike tomorrow expiration put options from $5.70. I took some profit off at 788. Those contracts tomorrow will probably be at $15. Okay. So you're looking at about a 200% gain on that position tomorrow. And I still am holding the bulk of that. So I posted that video on the YouTube channel on Friday. If you guys missed it, go back, check it out, take a look at it because I give you my insight onto what I think the market's going to do. So Jeff, to answer your question, do I think you're going to make bank on those put options? I know you followed along with that trade idea in chat on Friday. You are going to bank big time on Monday. I'm excited. As soon as the futures market opened up, I checked it. I saw the huge gap down. We halted, and I did my little Sunday happy dance because I know tomorrow is going to be a great way to start off the week. And later in this live stream, I'm going to share with you guys my exact game plan with how I'm going to make money next week. And I'm going to show you guys how I plan on doing that. But before we do, I'm going to take a couple more questions before we get started with the live stream and before I give you guys the intro to I have a guest that's going to be joining me on the live stream. First time I'm doing a guest on the live stream that I think you guys are going to be excited about. Ro, great question. Ro says, Mike, given this pullback is due to a health crisis, not financially driven, do you think we see panic buying when this starts to pass? No, I don't. I don't think we have a V-shaped bottom. A V-shaped bottom, guys. Let me zoom out on the SPY chart. This is a V-shaped bottom. An extreme sell-off, an extreme rally. I don't necessarily think we get the extreme and the extreme. I think once this sell-off is finished, I think we'll bounce, but we're not gonna go right back to 320, 330. We'll bounce, probably get back up to like 270, 280, and then we're going to probably consolidate there for a while as the economy gets back online. It's going to take time for the economy to get itself going again, but that does not negate the fact that we have tremendous opportunity right now. This is not an opportunity where I'm saying, guys, we're going to get long the market tomorrow and we're going to go straight back to 320. The way that we're going to make money during this market environment is the same way that I made money in 2008. We have a lot of new people that are joining on the live stream that may not be familiar with who I am. So just quick recap for those of you that know me, just bear with me for a minute so I can get the rest of our guests up to speed. 2008, I was working at a hedge fund in New York City. That's how I got started with my trading career. And 2008 was the great market crash, the great recession, the subprime mortgage crisis, the housing bubble. Okay, was the biggest crash of my generation. I was working at a hedge fund through that crash, and while the stock market fell 50 to 55%, I returned on my managed portfolio, the money that I managed for the fund, I returned a 36% gain, while the rest of the market was down 50 to 55%. So I know how to navigate these markets, guys. And then that 2008, 2009 opportunity was, until now, was the single greatest wealth building opportunity of our generation. And now this trumps that. I think this is a bigger wealth generating opportunity than what we saw in 2008, 2009. And I will get into that stuff with you guys later on. Okay. But I think the recovery will be similar to what you saw in 2010, 2011, which is where we put in a sharp bottom, but we don't go all the way back to highs. We put in a sharp bottom and then we kind of round it off and then recover. So, Ro, that's the type of recovery that I think we're going to see. Mark says they say the bottom is still far away. What are your thoughts? I think the bottom is not in yet, Mark, but I think we are very close. I think the bottom lies somewhere in the low 200s on the SPY. I think the bottom is going to be somewhere around 210, okay, 212. It's these prior highs. This is the area that I am looking at. You see all of this resistance from 2015, 2016. This was our previous all-time highs. We broke through that middle of 2016, pulled it back in right around the election, held support, and then the rally ensued. That's the level I have my eyes on. That is where I think our low sits. Okay. That's where I believe our bottom is, Mark. All right. And I think we might get there tomorrow or Tuesday. I think the bottom is very close. And let me explain to you why. It's not only technical, not only do I think this is a technical level where we can bottom, but fundamentally it makes sense. Let me explain what I mean. Fundamentally, it makes sense. We just started the about 1 or 2 weeks ago, we just started the social distancing, schools are closed, non essential businesses, self quarantine, no gatherings over 50, 25, 10. New York, California, Florida, New Jersey, Illinois, complete shutdowns of the economies. These actions will slow the spread of the virus. However, remember, the system is playing catch up on the virus. What do I mean by that? You can show zero symptoms whatsoever for 2 to 14 days. That means someone that tests positive for the virus tomorrow did not get the virus today. They got it a week, 2 weeks ago. So you're going to, and this is the was the premise behind my trade on Friday. Is the whole reason why I bought put options on Friday was because I was expecting this huge gap down because I'm like, we're going to get a huge jump in cases. We're also going to get um, fear as states go on lockdown and they get a lot more strict with their rules. That's going to start to scare people even more. So it's going to take us 2 weeks minimum to know if the social distancing measures that we are putting in place are effective in slowing the virus. When you look back at China, it took China 8 weeks from outbreak to everything is under control. Their economy is like 80, 85% back online. Stores are open, the malls open, people are shopping, people are going back to work, schools are open. The Chinese economy is coming back online. We're just getting shut down. I think that the social distancing measures that we're taking, along with some advancements that you're seeing in a lot of different drug trials, you're seeing different drugs that are being used in trials that you're actually seeing now a combination of it's basically a Z pack and like the similar. I can't even pronounce it, guys. I can't pronounce these drug names, but it's like a Z pack and something that is similar to like a Tylenol, but a lot stronger. And that combination of drug so far in studies is showing complete eradication of the virus within about 5 days. So, as treatment of this advances, it's going to take time for a vaccine. A vaccine's probably, a year away. All right. But we don't need a vaccine for the market to bottom. We need a drug treatment for the market to bottom, and we need the spread to slow for the market to bottom. That's why I think that we are close to the bottom because it's been about a week. We probably have another week left of panic, which is this week. This week, I expect, the cases are jumping 25,000, 50,000, 100,000 in the United States. We're going to get that huge surge in cases. That is going to create, I think, the last leg of panic that will take us down into the low 200s. And maybe we overshoot it. Maybe the panic selling overshoots this 212, 211, 210. Maybe we get down to 200. But I think the bottom lies somewhere in this region. Okay? Somewhere in this region is where I think our bottom lies. And that is where I'm a buyer. Okay? That is where I am a buyer. Kevin, okay, Kevin, good point. Kevin says, but the stimulus bill could pass and the market could pop. Let me explain my thoughts on the stimulus bill. Um, it's no surprise, it's no secret. We know what's in the stimulus bill. We know the bulk of it. They're working on the minor details. They're now the bulk of it is in. The minor details are being played with. Democrats are trying to slip some things in. Republicans are trying to slip some things in there. Now they're playing politics, which is actually very frustrating. Just get the damn bill signed. Nobody cares about your political party like agendas. Just get the damn stimulus bill passed. Worry about your political party agendas when the election comes around. But get the stimulus bill passed. So what I'm seeing now, okay, or what I think is the market already knows what's in that stimulus package. But again, what I've been saying for the last 2 weeks is the market is not going to rally or bottom off of stimulus news. You've seen that for the last week. The Federal Reserve is shooting bazookas into this economy. $1.5 trillion, $500 billion repo overnights, interest rates down to zero. I mean, the amount of economic stimulus going on in the market is incredible. The economic stimulus bill that's going on in Congress, pushing the IRS tax payments out 90 days. There's so many things that are going on right now to stimulate the economy, but yet the market's still going down. Why is that? Because the market can't price out forward looking earnings if they don't know how long the economy is going to be shut down. I've been saying that for 2 weeks. Every time we've had a rally based off an economic stimulus headline, it's shortable. And the reason why it's shortable because it's very short lived, because any announcement on economic stimulus, you don't know if that's enough. You don't know if it's too much. You don't know if it's too little because we don't know how long are we going to be shut down for? 1 more week, 1 more month, 2 more months, 3 more months. So until you have the spread of the virus slows, then the market will be able to price out forward-looking earnings, and then the economic stimulus packages, the market will be able to say, analysts, hedge funds, um, investment banks will be able to say, this is the economic impact that being shut down for a month is going to do to the economy. This is what the stimulus packages are going to do to the economy. How do they offset each other? Maybe they don't offset each other. Maybe there's still a huge problem. Maybe the stimulus is too much. Maybe the economy is going to come flying back. But we can't price that out until the spread slows. That's why I think that we are very, very close to a bottom, because I, for one, personally think the social distancing is going to slow the virus, but we have to get past the first 2 weeks, because the first 2 weeks, the virus is going to spread out of control, but it's not necessarily spreading out of control. We are testing and getting positive cases from a prior spread. That's my thoughts on what I think the market's going to when we're going to bottom out. Uh, let's see, guys. I'll take a couple more questions and then we're going to get into it, guys. Billy asks, Mike, are you paying attention to small caps at all? Biotechs for Corona? Um, you know, Billy, I was when the virus first kind of came about. I was looking at some of them like APT, CODX, AHPI. Um, there's a few of the small cap biotechs that I did trade throughout this sell off, but my main focus, to be honest with you, has been on the overall market. When I have the Dow moving 2,000 points in a single day, you're getting option contracts in the SPY moving 500, 800, 1,000% in a single day. That's why I'm saying that right now is the single greatest opportunity for traders and anybody, honestly. Guys, you can literally make, I'm not exaggerating. I'm not exaggerating. If you asked me this 8 months ago, I would say somebody would be exaggerating. You can literally make 800% on your money in a single day with a SPY option contract. I kid you not. It's happening. You're seeing it. Last Friday, not this past Friday, the Friday before that, check out my video. Okay. I bought SPY call options going into the close. We had a coronavirus task force meeting. That option contract from the low to the high in a 40-minute time frame moved 1,000% from like 89 cents up to over $15. This is unheard of volatility. I've never seen volatility like this in my entire life. It was not even this volatile in 2008. You were not getting those type of moves. You just weren't. To make a small move in a SPY option contract right now is 100% gain. It's seriously. Okay. The option contracts I bought on Friday, but on tomorrow morning, guys, check back in. Honestly, guys, join True Trading Group. Get your ass in chat with me tomorrow morning and see how I'm going to go about trading those SPY options. Again, I've got the 230 strike. Monday expiration put options. I bought them on Friday at $5.70. They are going to be around $15 tomorrow. That's the type of opportunity that there is in the market right now. But with all of that extra opportunity, like you're seeing these contracts move 2, 5, 8, 1,000% in a single day, comes increased risk because there's a lot of volatility. That's why you need to make sure that you know what you're doing, you understand how to trade options, and that you guys don't just jump right into trading options because you see all the money that people are making. If you don't know what you're doing, you can get your ass handed to you. That's why it's important you get a true professional education. Okay. And since honestly, since I'm talking about education, for those of you that are interested in joining True Trading Group and getting the full TTG curriculum, which includes all of my courses, beginner and foundation courses. So if you're someone that's never traded a stock a day in your life, there's a foundation and beginners course that's just for you. For those more experienced traders, advanced courses that talks about the technical indicators, setups, risk management, all of that stuff that I implemented from the hedge fund. A trader psychology course, um, an options course, and that's specifically what I'm talking about, the options course, because go through the options course first so you guys fully understand how to take advantage of this volatility. And because of everything that's going on with the coronavirus, and I know a lot of people are either out of work or they're being asked to withhold pay for 2 weeks. Some people are losing their jobs, and you have all of this stimulus going on with the Federal Reserve, the U.S. Treasury. They're doing economic stimulus. TTG is doing their own stimulus program for anyone that is trying to find ways to make money during this environment. Maybe you're trying to supplement your lost income from the economic kind of shutdown that we're seeing here, or you just want to learn how to take advantage of this opportunity. We're giving away a 30% discount on our 1 year all inclusive membership plan. That 1 year all inclusive membership gets you access to everything. That's the trading chat room, which I share my screen with you during the day. I'm on the microphone talking through exactly you see what I'm doing, you hear what I'm doing. I tell you what I'm doing before I do it. That's the key. I always tell you what I'm about to buy before I buy it. And it gets you a year of that, text message trade alerts, so you guys can be in chat. If you're not able to be in chat, you can still follow along with what it is that I'm trading. Email swing trade alerts and analysis. Guys get you access to everything, including all of the courses, both current and future. So if you guys are interested in that, you guys can click on the link that is being posted in chat right now, and that'll get you guys the 30% discount to find out how to go about trading options, and then also be able to follow along with me. Like if you guys were in chat or if you were getting the text message alerts on Friday, you would have got around 3 p.m. Eastern time the alert that I just bought the 230 strike Monday expiration put options at 570. Like I said, those contracts are going to open up at around 15. Guys, if you missed that video, go back. It's the very last video that I just posted on YouTube. It's me with like a little psychic genie hat on talking about what I think the stock market's going to do next. And exactly what I say in that video is happening right now and it will happen tomorrow morning. So I'm pretty stoked about it. It's going to be a pretty nice day, to say the least. All right, guys. So that does it for kind of our Q&A. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to invite our guest on here, and I want to introduce him to you. And him and I are going to discuss where we see opportunity in the market, where we're looking, how we're going to benefit from this action and this environment. And then we will go from there. All right, guys. So give me 1 minute. Let me get our guest on the line. All right, Jason, I got you there.
Yes, you do.
All right, guys, can everybody hear Jason? Okay.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Can you guys hear Jason? There's a little bit of a lag, Jason. Hold on 1 second. Yep, perfect. All right, guys. So Joining me today on this live stream is our new addition to the True Trading Group team. I announced this the other day. Okay, we announced this the other day, but Jason Spatafora, aka the Wolf of Weed Street, just joined the True Trading Group team. Guys, he just joined the True Trading Group team last week. He's now a full-time moderator in the chat. Jason is somebody who got his claim to fame trading the marijuana stocks, actually made me personally a ridiculous amount of money in the 2014 to 2016 era when the marijuana stocks were first had their run. I'll actually pull up his Twitter handle for you guys. Give me 1 second. I'll pull up his Twitter. Guys, this is my Twitter. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, my handle is Mike Edward _ TTG. So guys, feel free to give me a follow on Twitter. But here, guys, is Jason Spatafora, the Wolf of Weed Street. You can see he's blue check verified because he's super famous. 52,000 followers. But guys, give him a follow as well on Twitter, and then give me a follow as well. Again, I am Mike Edward _ TTG, and then Jason is at Wolf of Weed ST for street. All right. So guys, like I said, Jason is somebody that started trading the cannabis sector and cannabis stocks. He started with $10,000 back in, I think it was 2014, Jason?
Summer of 2013.
2013. Okay. Is when Jason started with just $10,000. And needless to say, fast forward, is now living off of that same $10,000. And believe me, guys, I've been to his house. He lives a very nice life. So
yeah, and it wasn't. I don't want people to think it was like 10,000 in one shot, right?
Right.
So I think I put 1,500 in, and my whole thesis was, okay, what's the world going to need in 10 years? Like a couple months in, all of a sudden I found pot stocks, didn't realize they were a thing. And, I never looked back.
Yeah. Yeah, guys. So Jason, like I said, just a phenomenal trader. He started off in the cannabis space, and now he focuses mainly on options. So I brought him into the True Trading Group team as a moderator to help out in the chat room and give trade ideas, give option ideas. And what I want to do actually is kind of ask Jason kind of what he thinks and how his first week in True Trading Group went, because also on Friday, Jason also called out a grand slam of an option trade as well. Similar idea, similar trade idea, similar concept. But guys, with volatility like this, there's so much opportunity. There are so many different vehicles and things for you to trade to capitalize on this movement that even though Jason and I are trading completely different things, we're each going to be looking on Monday up a couple 100% on our trades. So I want to just ask Jason and let him kind of talk to you guys a little bit about what his first week was like in True Trading Group, and let him talk to you about that Grand Slam trade that he executed on Friday.
Yeah, so, what Mike has been talking about since he started is just the volatility, right? And, I'm kind of a contrarian in the sense when I'm trading options, because while I do like the puts long term, I find that because the puts are so crowded and the premium's a little bit higher, that I can trade in between on something like Apple or Roku or Boeing and get into a call option, always knowing that that strike price is never going to hit, but if it makes a $10 move, I'm probably going to go up 50 to 200 to 300% on it.
Right.
So, the first couple of trades, so I did a Boeing trade and then an Apple trade. I think the Apple trade went 55%. The Boeing trade went 63%. And then, we were just patient. Traded in equity. which was a deviation from the option. So a little bit of JNUG. So the entry for JNUG was at 360, and it went to 625 that day. And we were taking profit all the way up. And on Friday, just because I've been trading technology and watching, one of my favorite options to trade has always been Roku, puts and calls.
Yeah.
And I've been following it so closely and just watching the amount of stress and fatigue it's having at a certain level. When it got back to that level on Friday, I just, I was like $77 puts, it went up a little bit higher. It got really close to the stop. And then it just cratered. And that option went from 30 cents, which was the low on Friday, to I think the high was like $5.
Wow.
I got out a little early at 455%. Some people did a little bit better, which is fine by me.
Exactly, dude. And guys, this is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. This is what I mean by learning to trade options right now in a lot of these large caps. Listen, if you are if you're a trader that trades with large size like Jason or myself, you can trade the equities too. Okay. But not everybody has the capital in their account to short Apple or short Roku or short the SPY or buy shares of the TVIX. Okay. These are expensive vehicles and equities and ETFs that someone with a small account does not necessarily have the capital to trade. But by trading the options in these stocks, it gives you leverage on the same shares so that you can take advantage of the price movement on Roku, Apple, Amazon, Google, Facebook, Microsoft, Disney. You can take advantage of all of this price action, even if you're trading with $100. Okay.
Yeah, and I did the math for somebody because they asked, because they were like, oh well, True Trading Group costs this, and this is how much I've got in my account. So I think it was like I've got $1,000, and True Trading Group costs about the same. And I said to him, I go, look, if you bought 3 options in each of the things, the first 3 trades that I bought, you paid for your membership in a day. And what people need to realize is, especially now, learning how to fish, as they say, when there's so much uncertainty with, what could be happening with your job and everything like that, this is the time. You've got time at home. You're stuck at home. Like it's time to throw yourself into learning and giving yourself a skill that will always provide you job security. And all it really takes is, wanting to do it and then the discipline to execute when you're doing it.
Right. Yeah. It's very true. Very, very true, guys. I mean, this environment, guys, it's unlike anything that I've ever seen. So right now, Jason's got that was just going over with you the Roku put option trade. I currently have open still. I'm still in the trade, which I will be exiting tomorrow. Is the SPY put options? I've got the 230 strike. I'll take you guys over to the SPY chart real quick. So here's a picture of the SPY chart, and I entered that trade right there. Okay. So on Friday, that is where I entered that trade. You can see we sold off into the close, we sold off aftermarket, and now the futures market is gapping down big. So we're going to be looking at a home run trade on that on Monday. There's actually a lot of members that I see that are typing away in the chat. My TTG faithful, what's up, guys? I see you all in chat. I appreciate you guys joining me on this live stream. You guys are the best. I can't wait for tomorrow morning to kick some more ass and take some names with you guys. But there's a lot of members in here that actually took this SPY trade also. So what I want to do right now are the TTG members that are on this live stream. Pound your chest right now in chat, guys. Okay. Sound off in chat, tell everybody how you're doing in this market environment. if you're making money in this market environment, I want to know and I want to hear from our TTG fam on how everyone is doing, um, on how everybody is doing right now in this environment, following these option trade alerts. And those of you that maybe took those, oh, nice. You got the April 15th spy puts. Nice. Adam says, can't wait to make 100 grand tomorrow. Adam trades with large size also, guys, but Adam is one of the better traders in there as well. Yep, Ryan, what's up, Ryan? Vikram, I'm pretty good. Vikram, I see you, man. Yes, Hamza, we do allow international credit card payments, brother. Yes, we do. Mike Vieira says best gains in my trading history. That is what I'm talking about. Ryan, killing it. Thanks to you, brother. Big Ed says hit 70% on my first trade. Fabio, Mike's the real deal. Jersey Devil, I'm so excited for tomorrow. These are all true trading group members. I can't wait to get in chat with you guys tomorrow. Lily says, oh, now my chest hurts. John, thanks for this. John says, thanks for the SPY idea. Still holding 218 puts. Yes. Ro, my man. What's up, Ro? Ro says he's on track for a $70,000 month. Ro, congratulations, brother. You deserve it. Fabio, it's okay. Fabio says, I hate that I didn't play those SPY puts. Fabio, it's okay. There's going to be a lot more opportunity tomorrow. There's going to be a lot more opportunity tomorrow. Joe says we're on fire. Mike's the truth. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome.
Mike, let me kind of add something. One of the things that throughout the course of the day, we're just kind of talking to you and just giving you our ideas, and as well as not just ideas on stocks, but just kind of factoring in all the different variables that are going to have an impact on the next week ahead. So, one of the things that I talked about on Friday was, look, every Friday has been, up until this one, we get a little bit of a cover into the close, and it immediately, come Monday, is gone because the news flow over the weekend and everybody is so hyper focused.
Yep.
And the bad news just keeps coming in. And remember, the more that we test here in the United States, the more doom and gloom everybody is going to get.
Exactly.
And we're also explaining correlations. Like, one of the things that we talked about was how certain things aren't reacting the way that they're supposed to, like gold, for instance.
Yep.
And this is one of the biggest things. Everybody's saying, why is gold getting crushed? Gold is supposed to go up.
Yep.
And we talked about this all throughout the week. And even, I think before I even joined, it was that a lot of funds had a bunch of leverage risk that they needed to pull off the table. And it was, you have to sell the flowers to save the weeds, and people want to go cash.
Yep.
And it also doesn't help that the price of the dollar just went through the roof.
Yep.
But now with the Fed minting
printing money,
$2 trillion coins, look, for me, I think gold stabilizes at some point. Does it go lower? Yeah, look, I think it could go to 1358, which is right around like that main support. But, eventually, the opportunities are going to be there.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. So guys, Jason, we're talking now kind of about gold. What I think Jason kind of hit it right on the head, guys, is that when we're talking about gold, you also have to understand that a breakdown in traditional correlation in a market is also signs of a bottom is near. So when you see correlation break apart, correlation that typically holds true in traditional normal market environments, When that correlation breaks down, that's also one of the signs that a bottom is near. So I think that once this panic sell off comes to an end, and things stabilize, I think gold will do actually very well. I think gold is a good long term buy and is another area where I think people are going to be able to build long term wealth. I think gold is a good opportunity, and the fact that gold had sold off while the market was selling off, it's a cash grab, guys. It's people are raising cash and they're going cash because of the unknown. Markets do not like unknowns. Markets like to say, this is what I expect Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, yearly earnings. This is the growth that I expect. This is the GDP growth that we are forecasting. When you have something that is as abrupt as a coronavirus that just hits the global economy out of left field, nobody knows A, what the true economic impact is going to be, and B, when is it over? And that is the unknown factor that caused people to go to cash. Now, like I said, once that unknown becomes a definitive, once we are able to say, okay, it took us 6 weeks to peak, for cases to peak. I'm not saying it's going to be 6 weeks. I'm just giving you an example. That is when markets will bottom. That is when you're going to be able to get forward looking guidance. And that's when you're going to see correlation come back into the market. And as the equity markets may struggle to gain their footing for the first maybe 1 or 2 quarters, I think gold does very well as people flock to safety in case the equity markets underperform. I think you see people flock to safety in gold. So it's actually kind of normal, and it makes sense why gold has pulled back while the markets pulled back, especially with how the dollar has been so strong. But I think that you will see gold perform very well in 2020 and 2021.
Yeah, and let me add this, right? Look, these are I look at these as paper losses. And why do I look at it as paper losses? Try and go on a website and buy gold right now.
Yeah.
You'll have a real hard time getting any kind of gold. Out of stock, out of stock, out of stock. And
Yep.
these are the things that most people wouldn't think to look at.
Yep.
But because we've been doing it as long as we have, we've picked up tricks and tips. I mean, look, when this coronavirus first kind of presented itself, my whole thing was, and this is part of the reason I came to True Trading Group, was Twitter was just getting kind of too crowded. And I was doing tons of live streams, and just kind of hitting it out of the park. But I needed to be in one place where I wouldn't be repeating myself constantly. So, if let's say I was in True Trading Group on February 2nd, which is really when I started to get really bearish on the market, and it was simple. My thesis was simple from the start. It was when the first cases of Corona came out out of Wuhan, the first question I asked myself was, how far away is the Apple factory where they make all of the iPhones and everything like that?
Right.
Because I was like, Apple is the the main bellwether for the market, for the spy for everything. And if Apple starts going down, everything's going to go down because it's already at a ridiculous PE. And people are going to start to panic. It's going to start affecting supply chains, which is going to have an impact on energy and everything else. And it was just domino after domino after domino. So, and also, I mean, after we had that little drop in 2018 from October 22nd to December 26th.
Yeah.
When the bottom was in, trading options. I mean, that's really why I never went back to equities, because it was like, days where the volatility was there, but everything was kind of going in the same direction, similar to what it is now, except it's going the wrong way. But it was like you were making like money hand over fist. So,
It's true.
that's why, and I think that's why we're so excited about this, right?
Yeah. This is honestly it's kind of, it's bittersweet at the same time because I wake up every morning and I read, you know, the headlines coming out of Italy, and it's like you never want to. You always feel bad about the human element of what's going on, but I can't help but be excited every single time that I wake up in the morning because of the opportunities that we are seeing right now in the markets. It's
Yeah,
just seeing the way these options are moving, guys. And honestly, this is what prompted us to bring Jason on because, like I said, guys, like now I trade equities, I trade ETFs, I trade options, um, I trade everything. But Jason has been ripping apart options as well, and it just made perfect sense to bring him onto the team as kind of an options specialist because he was calling out trades like he said on his Twitter for so long anyway. And like I said, guys, you can go follow him on Twitter at Wolf of Weed Street, and then also me at Mike Edward underscore TTG. We're always putting out, market commentary, educational info, trade ideas, um, and some other useful information. So I would suggest giving us both a follow on that. But you know, it's guys, you really, I feel like I sound like a broken record a little bit, but I can't stress this enough to you guys. It's not where when you see everybody that's on TV and newspapers and everyone's panicking, everyone's freaking out, those are the people that are going to miss out on this opportunity. And I keep saying, like, the dumb people are buying toilet paper and the smart people are figuring out how am I going to make money in this market. Smart people are trading the markets right now. They're identifying long-term opportunities and stocks that they want to buy for the long term, keeping that long-term mindset and not worrying about what's going to happen in the market today or what's going to happen in the market tomorrow. But that's the beauty of the market right now is that the active trader can dominate right now because of the volatility when you have the stocks that are making as big of a moves as they are. There's literally never been a better time for you guys to learn how to trade. You're
yeah,
home. You're home anyway. You guys, you're home anyway. No one's going to work. Everybody's home. You might as well take advantage of this time and over the next week or 2 weeks, learn, get an actual education. Don't just go on the computer and Google something and you read a bunch of different things. Get a professional education. Okay. The courses that are available for you on True Trading Group, I wrote them myself, guys. It's the same material that I learned when I worked at the hedge fund. I had to go through 3 months of a training program before I was ever able to touch a dollar of the fund's money. I had to go through 3 months of a classroom style setting. I've taken that same information, I broke it down, simplified it, and created the courses. So you are learning the same core fundamentals that I learned when I worked at the hedge fund. When I got hired at the hedge fund, I didn't know what I was doing. I wasn't this phenomenal trader coming right out of college. I had to learn. That's the same material that you guys will learn in all of the courses. I'll show you guys the courses towards the back end of this live stream. I'll walk you guys through our website. I'll show you what the courses look like. I'll show you how to navigate our platform for those of you that are interested and would like to see it. Okay, but I really want to keep getting into. Um, oh wow, that's incredible. The Giants an 82% success rate, man. That's incredible. That really is incredible. Congratulations. That's a hell of a stat. Keep it up, bro. Keep it up. But yeah, guys, that's kind of what I wanted to get back to, and that's why right now we're giving away the 30% off on that 1 year all inclusive membership. So you guys can get our entire curriculum, all of the trade alerts, the 1 year access to chat room for 30% off for the entire month of March, in lieu of kind of what's going on with this coronavirus situation. So, does anybody have any questions um, for Jason? Yes, yes, it's everything, guys. It's everything. There's no upsells at all with True Trading Group. Okay. When you sign up to True Trading Group, you get access to everything. It's just like Netflix. When you sign up for Netflix, you pay a subscription fee. You can watch all of their content. It's the same thing. So when you sign up to TTG, you get access to all of our courses, and you also get immediate access to all future courses. So like I said, a couple of weeks ago, I put out a brand new course titled How to Survive and Thrive During a Stock Market Crash. All of our members immediately get access to it. It's no, okay, guys, here's a new course. You got to pay $300 for it. None of that. When you guys join True Trading Group, you join the family, you get access to everything that we currently have and everything we will have, which is literally like the Netflix of trading communities. Okay. And guys, I'm going to do the same. Yeah. Yes. Yes, Frank. Yeah, guys, I'm going to do the same offer that I've been offering to people is if you sign up tonight, I'm also going to give you guys a free one-on-one mentor session. Okay? So I do one-on-one mentoring. Okay? Jason's going to be doing one-on-one mentoring where we will talk to our members one-on-one, review their trading, answer their questions, and identify where we see issues in their trading and how we can fix that and get them on the right path. Okay. I connect our traders up with TraderView, which is a software that can track all of your trades and break it down statistically for me, where I can go in, I can look at your trading and I can identify, strengths, weaknesses, where we're making mistakes and how and where we need to work on some things to get people kind of headed down the right path. So if you guys want to do a one-on-one mentor session, I'm going to include one for free for those people that sign up tonight will get the 30% off the 1 year subscription, but also a free one-on-one mentor session to review your trading and answer any questions you have or discuss any topics that you guys want to discuss. It's kind of an open forum. It's whatever you guys want to talk about. That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to do that tonight, guys. 30% off that 1 year all-inclusive membership plan, and also a free one-on-one. But only if you sign up tonight. You've got 2 hours left to pull the trigger, invest in yourself, get excited about the opportunity that we have in front of us. I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about some long-term opportunities I see as well. But, considering that tomorrow we're going to be looking at a couple 100% gain on those put options from Friday, you guys have to get your asses in chat. Okay. A lot of you, if you guys are watching this live stream, chances are you've been interested in trading stocks for quite some time. And this probably isn't the first time you're hearing about stocks. You've got to act now. I'm telling you, if you say, oh, you know what, I'll wait a little while, I'll save up a little extra money. If you wait 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, you are missing out on volatility that I have never seen in my now 16-year career. You're missing out on it. Take advantage of this, get the 30% discount. It's only until the end of the month. And then also sign up tonight, and I'll include the 1 hour one-on-one mentor session, guys, to take advantage and show you how to benefit and profit from this environment. I'll show you guys exactly what I use and why I pulled the trigger on those SPY put options on Friday to capitalize on that move. Guys, listen, like I said, if the other thing too is there's a couple of people that are commenting. The other thing too that I want to say real quick are the regular price for True Trading Group is $14.97, $1,497 for the year. That's all inclusive. You get every single thing we have to offer. Okay. With the 30% off, it comes to just over $1,000. That is a cup of coffee a day. Less than a cup of coffee a day, actually. Less than a cup of coffee a day. If you have $1,500 in your trading account, take $1,000, invest in yourself, get a professional education, and then take the $500 and grow your account. We just had one of our other moderators, whose name is also Jason, just did a small account challenge. He turned about $600 into $8,000. So it's and with the the way these option contracts are moving around, like I said, it doesn't matter if you have $100 in your trading account or $1 million in your trading account. The opportunity is there. It's all relative. Okay. 80% of True Trading Group members, we actually did a poll, okay, with members. 80% of True Trading Group members within the first 6 months of their membership make back 7 to 10 times their subscription fee. Within the first 6 months. That's why you guys can't wait anymore. Market's going to be down 2,000 points tomorrow. You can't wait anymore. Stop going at this alone, okay, and have access to professional traders that you can ask questions to. In chat during the day, you guys can message me. You can message Jason. You can DM us, ask me questions. Mike, what do you think about this stock? What do you think about this? What do you think about that? We're a very, very close, tight-knit group. If $1,000 to invest in yourself to get a professional education and join me and Jason and the rest of the crew for a whole year, this is not for everybody. Okay, this is only for people that are serious about wanting to truly learn this skill, because I'm willing to put in the time. Okay, I care very much about mentorship. If anybody knows about mentorship, the importance of mentorship, it's me, because if it wasn't for my mentor when I worked at the hedge fund, I would not be where I am today. I owe that man my life, honestly, because he taught me a skill that I'm going to use until the day that I die. And if it wasn't for learning that skill, I don't know where I would be today. After the crash and everything, I don't know where I would be today if I didn't have this skill set. I honestly don't. I don't know what I would be doing with my life. So if anybody understands the importance of mentorship, it's me. That's why I spend the time on a Sunday night doing these live streams with you. That's why I spend the time after the close every day making these educational videos that you guys find on my YouTube channel. This is why I do these one-on-one mentorship programs, because I truly give a shit. Okay, I really care about your success. We're a very tight-knit group. If this is not for everybody, if you're not serious about it, honestly, seriously, I don't want you. Don't waste my time. I won't waste yours. Seriously, because I don't have. There's not enough time, okay, to focus on the volatility and everything that's going on in the markets, and then still teach people that truly do want to learn. So I'm only willing to put the time in for those that want to give it the effort, and that's why I'm offering this 30% discount and the one-on-one mentor session. I know people are scared right now. People are struggling. People are nervous about the economy. People are losing their jobs. So I want to make this accessible to people that want it. Okay, guys. So click on the link that's being posted in chat, 30% discount, and I'll throw in the free one-on-one. All right, guys. Yes, Kenneth, I do. We do. I do stream all of my trades live. So during the day, I do a screen share, so everybody in chat sees my screen. All right, they know what I'm doing. I'm also on the microphone breaking down my analysis every step of the way. I'm constantly telling people what I'm doing, what I'm looking at, what I'm buying, what I'm selling before I do it. So yes, I do. I stream it live. Yes, Yanks for life, baby. Let's hope the Major League Baseball season is not is not canceled. My mentor's name is Mark Sperling, Taj. One of the best traders I've ever seen. TRX4, only if it's a set of Pirellis. Wow, TK King, that's sick, bro. Congratulations. Congratulations, that's sick. TK King, guys, turned $1,000 into $8,000 in just the last 2 weeks trading the TVIX. The TVIX is a vehicle that I've been trading very, very, very actively over the last month. The TVIX, guys, is a vehicle that tracks the VIX. Okay. The VIX measures fear and volatility in the marketplace. And obviously, with everything going on in the market, there's a lot of fear. The TVIX went from $60 to $1,000 in just a few weeks. Okay, literally, guys, this is the chart. This is not a misprint. From 60 to 1,000 in just a few weeks. All right, in about a month's time. This is the action that you guys are missing out on. Yes, Vikram, the TVIX will go up tomorrow. I don't think we're going to see the TVIX get over 1,000. Okay. I don't think the TVIX gets back over 1,000. Okay, but the TVIX will go up tomorrow as we gap down. Smiley, take it, guys. Smiley's a TTG member. Smiley says, people that are on edge, trust me, sign up. Smiley, I'll see you in chat tomorrow, bro. Yes, Vince, you can copy my trades if you want. I announce all of my trades to you guys. Okay, so like on Friday, before I bought those put options, I told everybody, guys, I'm buying the 230 strike, SPY put options, Monday expiration. I told everybody on the microphone that I was buying it before I did it. And then you see my screen share, I actually execute the trade, and then you get a push notification in chat. So whenever one of our moderators enters and exits a trade, you get a push notification in chat that notifies you the entry and the exit. You also get a text message that gets sent straight to your cell phone whenever I enter or exit a trade in real time. And then lastly, when I enter a swing trade, not only do you get the push notification in chat, not only do you get the text message sent to your cell phone, you also get an email sent to you breaking down the analysis on the trade, the profit, the price target, the stop loss, how long I intend on holding this position for. You guys get all of that stuff included in that 1-year membership, in addition to all of the courses that are available on the website. Oh, Diogo, that's because it's 7. Diogo, that's because it's 7. Babla says, guys, do it. I've been a member in TTG over 6 months, and I've learned so much that you can't buy with money. I love it, man. I love it. Small Cap Reporter says, TTG members have been making money well before this year. Yeah, Matt. Matt's another member, guys. Matt says the learning part of TTG is the main part. This market opportunity will give you great examples to learn from. Rich, I'm sorry, Jason. I just want to respond to one more question, then I'll let you jump in. Rich asks, curious as to why I chose the Monday expiration on the SPY puts. Specifically, Rich, because I think we're getting close to a bottom. And I specifically thought we were going to have a big gap down on Monday. So the way for me to take advantage of a specific move like that, where my timing is on, I'm looking for a gap down Monday. I'm not just looking for us to sell off next week. I'm looking for a gap down Monday. So I'm going to want as much profit potential as I can get, which means I want to get the most volatile contracts as I can. And the nearest expiration contracts that you buy, the more volatile those contracts will be. So, for example, if you and I at the same exact moment on Friday bought the 230 strike put options, but I bought Monday expiration and you bought Friday expiration, tomorrow I'm going to be up more money because your contracts don't expire until Friday. Okay. So you would have had a lot more premium baked into your contract. You would have had a lot more time value baked into your contract. Your contract would have been more expensive. Okay, so my percentage gain on my put options are going to be higher than yours. But if the market continues lower Tuesday, Wednesday, then at that point you may start to make more money because then my contracts would have already expired. But that's why I went ahead with the Monday expiration. Go ahead, Jason. What was it that you were saying before?
I might have forgotten. Well, oh yeah. So somebody brought up a good point that people were making money before all of this happened, right? Now, imagine for the new people that are listening, um, all of the people. If you watch like CNBC and we're trying to get your, trade what you should do in this crisis from like Jim Cramer, you got absolutely destroyed because at 286 he was telling you to buy the dip on the SPY.
Right.
So what we were saying is no, like this is the reality, and we're just going to go another way. And now, because you were listening to us and well, mainly Mike, because there wasn't an us yet, you're in a much better position to not only take advantage of this volatility, but position yourself for the eventual return. And it's not going to be one of those things where you can just throw a dart at the Wall Street Journal and hit a stock and that stock's going to go up, right? No, right. The whole paradigm has changed into something else. So now it's, okay, where are the best opportunities with the least amount of risk going forward? And you're not going to get that. I mean, a lot of people, I think, probably lost more than $1,100 in the last week, because everybody is a little bit too hopeful and not realistic enough because they're too close to their trade. They're married to some positions, where with us, it's just, numbers on a screen, and, we're treating them as such. At the end of the day, it's profit and capital preservation. And, you're not going to get that by doing it on your own. I mean, you could get lucky, but look, any fool could make money. Trust me, I was that fool in the beginning. And because, it wasn't until I really took it seriously and invested time to make myself a better trader that I started to make real money and preserve the money that I had made, in that first year of like pot stocks going crazy.
Yeah. It's incredible, man. I get excited just talking about it. Like just doing these live streams, I get excited for it. It's like I look at the clock and I don't think about when am I going to go to bed. I think about how many hours until the market opens. Like that's what I think about. Like when I check to see like what time is it, I don't think, oh man, I got to go to bed. I think about, oh man, I can't wait till the bell rings.
I hate weekends. I
know.
Hate weekends.
I know. I really do. I love Mondays. Everybody else hates Mondays. I love Mondays. As a trader, we love Mondays. We love Mondays.
Yeah. Whereas, like, most people at 5 o'clock on Friday are like Fred Flintstone sliding down a brontosaurus. I'm like depressed Fred Flintstone. I'm like, why?
Yeah. Just to answer a couple more questions. I see a lot of questions that are coming through. Somebody asked, they have to move some money around. Will this offer still be available tomorrow? The 30% will be available tomorrow, but not the one-on-one. So guys, the 30% is available until March 31st at midnight, but the one-on-one, the free one-on-one mentor session expires at midnight tonight. So if you guys want that free one-on-one, you guys got to act and sign up tonight. I'm doing that just for those that sign up tonight. Villa Chang asks, so I can copy your trades. Villa, yes, you could just copy our trades. I show you guys all of our trades. I alert you when we enter and exit those trades. We enter them. I give you stop losses. I give you profit targets, everything. But you also get a professional education that encourages you to learn this skill so that you can actually develop your own trade ideas and place your own trade. So we have a lot of members in chat. We have members that follow our trades. We have members that make their own trades, and we have members that do both. The beauty is that when you get a professional education, you could take that education and apply it to various trading strategies. Okay. When you learn a gimmick can't be applied across an entire market. So when you learn, let's say, a gimmick with small caps, okay, that gimmick does not necessarily work in mid caps, large caps, or options. But when you get a professional education, you take that education. TGG members that are on live with us right now, you guys can attest to this. When you get a professional education, you can take that education and knowledge gained and apply it to various trading strategies across multiple asset classes. You can trade OTCs, you can trade small caps, you can trade mid caps, large caps, ETFs, options, futures, because a true professional education can be applied across the board. And that's the biggest difference. And that's what True Trading Group is all about. My goal, okay, my goal, the standard that I hold myself to, just so you guys are aware, when we get a new member in True Trading Group, I told you before, I take it very seriously. My goal is for every time we get a new member, I want them to make 7 to 10 times their membership fee within the first 6 months. That's a standard I hold myself to. That's my goal. But it's also my goal to see you develop as a trader, not just copy my trades, but also have such an understanding of the markets where you come to me with trade ideas. We have had members that guys, I kid you not. There are members, specifically one of our members, this guy John, did not trade a single stock ever in his life before joining True Trading Group. 2 weeks ago, DMs me and says, Mike, I'm taking a look at this. It was a Boeing trade. I'm taking a look at this in Boeing. What do you think? He gave me his analysis, gave me what he sees, gave me his thesis. I said, you know what? I really like this. I got on the microphone. I shared it with the group. I told everybody about the trade idea. We actually placed the trade, and it ended up being a 78% gain on options. Needless to say, I owe John a very nice steak dinner. But that is what I strive for. I want every single one of our members to be self sufficient. Okay. Give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, you feed him for life. I genuinely believe in that saying because I am the epitome example of that. I did not know what I was doing when I worked at the hedge fund. I learned, I got an education. I wasn't just taught, okay, to follow somebody and follow what our analysts would say at the fund. Our analysts would say, we think this is a good stock. Okay, great. If all I did was follow what they said, where would I be today? But I learned the skill, and now here I am today, 10 times more successful today than I was when I was working at the hedge fund. Okay, still earning a very nice living with Trader of the Year award and everything for a hedge fund in New York City. I'm 10 times past that level that I was then that I am now. And that's part of the reason why I'm so excited about today is because I wish I had the financial means that I have today back in 2009. Because yes, I took advantage of the crash in 2009. I invested in a lot of long-term stocks that obviously have grown exponentially since then. But I wish I had the money I have now back then because I would have acted with a lot more definitiveness and I would have invested a lot more money. And that's why I'm excited for what we're experiencing now. Because not only are you able to provide income and cash flow from actively trading this volatility, but this market's giving us wealth building opportunities with this huge pullback. Not even a pullback, it's a crash. Okay, with this huge crash that we're experiencing. And that's why I'm excited. And that's what I want to share with you guys. What I'm going to do right now, because two people, two people in the last 3 minutes have actually just asked me this question. I'm going to spend just a couple minutes. I'm going to show you. Um, is the only way to communicate with you directly? No, Z Dog. I also do one-on-one mentor programs over the phone and like video conference too. Okay. So what I'm going to talk about, what I'm going to show you guys now, because a couple people have asked me for it. I'm going to spend a couple minutes and I'm going to show you guys the back end of the website. I'm going to show you guys what our platform looks like. So you have an idea what our courses look like and the different resources that are available to you. And then we'll get back to the stocks that I'm adding to my long-term portfolio. So after I show you the dashboard, I'm going to tell you guys what stocks I've already added to. I'll tell you which stocks I am going to be adding to this week. And then I'll ask Jason as well. I'll ask him to kind of share with us some of his ideas on what companies he likes long term. But I'll show you guys and I'll tell you guys what I'm doing with my long term portfolio after I show you the dashboard of our website. So let's go over to our website. So, guys, this is our True Trading Group website. This is the member dashboard. Okay, so when you log into your True Trading Group account, this is where you will go. This is where you will navigate and find all the resources available to you. First and foremost, what I want you to notice is up here in the top right are the course badges. Okay, these colorful badges. That is, okay, every course that is on our website has a quiz at the end of it. When you complete the quiz, if you score an 85 or higher, you get a badge for that course. Get all of the badges and you become TGG certified, which is cool. It lets people know that you went through and you got a professional education. So my version of TGG certified when I worked at the hedge fund was I had a job because they initially hired about 25 or 26 of us to enter that 3-month educational program, but then only like 6 of us or 6 or 7 of us ended up making it out of that educational program. That was passing those 3 months was my version of getting TGG certified. So this is how we go about certifying our members to let other people know that they went through the courses, they passed everything, they now have the education, they know what they're talking about now. Okay, there's value in their analysis now because they know what they're doing. All right. So that's the badges that you see there. You also see here trading chat room. That's where you guys would enter our chat room during the day. But as I scroll down, you guys see this is our watch list. Every day at around 8:45 a.m., okay, we post up our watch list. Okay. The watch list is the list of stocks that we are watching during the day, also with a couple of sentences on why we are watching those stocks in particular. Okay. So you guys can log into your account every morning before the bell rings and see what it is that we're looking at, and most importantly, why we're looking at it. Also, economic calendar. We click on the economic calendar. This is a really cool tool, okay, that tells you when every single piece of economic data is coming out. So if you guys are trading oil or natural gas, you better know when the natural gas inventory reports come out. You better know when the rig count report comes out. You have to know these things. You want to know when the jobless claims come out. When does the non ISM manufacturing data come out? You want to know all of those things, and this part of our website will tell you when every single piece of economic data is coming out, not only the date but also the time. Okay, there's some of these things you really want to know when these things are coming out. That's the economic calendar part of our site. Again, guys, here's another tab. This is where you guys will enter our chat room during the day. Again, where you see my screen, you hear me on the microphone, and you guys can DM me, the other moderators, and we go about our trading day. Then you have the stock profile section. Okay, this is another really cool resource that a lot of our members find very, very useful. Okay. Um, this section, you can enter the ticker symbol of any stock that you're interested in. We'll enter Apple. Okay. You click on Apple, and what populates is a free PDF report on Apple, okay, with tons of detailed information about the company. But as I scroll down, you can see we have all of this information here below. You have a company profile, you have all their news releases, you have curated stories where they're posted up whenever the company is mentioned in like a news article, all their SEC filings, and this is cool, price history. You have an interactive chart right here in your member dashboard. So you don't even have to be on your charting software in your brokerage account to be going over and reviewing charts. You can open up your TTG platform and review research on the stock profile section while checking out an interactive chart. Okay. The other thing that I really love, okay, not only do you have corporate events as far, earnings, it's important to know when our companies releasing earnings, especially if you're a swing trader. all of their financial data and information. But here's my favorite part: the analyst ratings. My analyst ratings. This is my favorite section of the website. Okay. This is where you guys can go and see what all of the analysts are saying about this stock. And this is for any stock. You can enter any stock that you want. It automatically populates. This is information that we have available to you. So here you guys can pull up Apple and see, okay, how many people have strong buys versus holds versus sells. Okay, recommendations over the last 1 month, 3 month, 6 month. Okay, you guys see what is it ranked in its sector. Okay, all of this information is available to you on your member dashboard so that you don't have to go in and out of your brokerage account, your charting software. You can do it all in one place when you guys are conducting your due diligence. And this is just, something that our members find very valuable. So I wanted to make sure that I showed you. Okay. Then as we continue down, you guys see now we get into the courses. Okay. Now we get into the course. I'm just going to click on one of these courses just to show you guys an example of what our courses look like. And I'll just click on the TT triangle, which is my favorite chart pattern. Now, guys, every single course comes in video and text format. Every single course. You can either watch a video on the courses or you can read them through via text. Okay. But here you guys can see, I'm just going to go through some examples. Actually, let me go back. Let's see here. Just want to show you guys an example of what these courses look like. Okay. And again, guys, here you guys can see you have text versions. We can click through to the next lessons. Every chapter has various lessons. Here's the video section of the website. Or you can click on one of these courses.
Now that we know how to properly identify a TT triangle, it's time to talk about trade execution.
All right, guys. So this is
how to go about buying and
courses.
selling the TTG triangle pattern.
Okay. And I'm wearing the same hat. Yankee fan, baby, for life. But yeah, guys. So this is an example of what our courses look like. Okay, I'll take you guys through maybe a couple more. I'll show you guys maybe the options course. Okay, now the options course is very thorough. We're talking a lot about options lately, just because those are some of the trades that Jason and I have recently made. But look at our options course, guys. 13 different chapters in the options course. I mean, this is just, a very, very in-depth course. And here's, like you said, you can have all the text version, or you guys can watch the video version.
All right, now it's time to talk about the two different.
All right. So like I said, guys, video and text available both. Then moving on, we've got the premium blog section of the website. Okay. This is a really cool section where it's updated daily by myself and the other moderators in chat. This is where we'll post up, top 3 things to watch on the day. We'll post up trade ideas. We'll post trade recaps. We'll post general market commentary, educational content. This gets updated daily. Here's one of our other option traders, Chris Toner, talked about a trade idea on an iron condor, which is a more advanced trade option strategy and option trade on the USO. This was surrounding the oil trade. Okay, so that's the premium blog section of the website. All right. And that's really it, guys. This is the back end of the site. I wanted to show you, take a couple minutes, show you what the courses look like, show you the other resources available to you, and show you how user-friendly the back end is. And we can go back to the dashboard, and that's where we go back to the watch list. Okay, so this is where you guys would come to every morning when you sign into your account to kind of get the lay of the land. And this is where you'll sign in when you guys are going through all of your courses and learning and getting a real professional education. All right. Good question. What's going to happen with energy stocks? Very good question. Carmel wants to know, is it time to buy oil and what's going to happen with energy stocks? Oil is extremely low. It's extremely cheap. I don't think it goes much lower. But it's not going to go up either until the U.S. gets involved between Saudi Arabia and Russia. Right now, we have a um, right now we have a price war going on with Saudi Arabia and Russia because OPEC wanted to cut production to help stabilize the price of oil amidst the global economic slowdown. Because as the global economy slows down, demand for oil slows down, so the price of oil drops. In order to stabilize that price, OPEC was going to cut production. So make less oil, therefore you stabilize the price to offset the lower demand. Simple supply and demand, economics 101. Russia did not want to cut production. They said, screw you, Saudi Arabia. We're not going to cut production. So Saudi Arabia said, oh, really? Well, then screw you, Russia. And Saudi Arabia cut their price of oil by $6 to $8 a barrel. All right. And they actually increased production to help steal market share away from Russia. They are in an all out price war. And the people being affected the most are U.S. shale companies. The reason why U.S. shale companies are affected the most is because they have the highest price, they have the highest cost of oil. So it costs them more money than Saudi Arabia and Russia to actually get oil out of the ground. So, you know, below $30 a barrel, below $35 a barrel, most of the US companies are losing money because it costs them $35, $40 a barrel, some even $50 a barrel to be profitable. So, I don't think oil goes up until Trump gets involved with Saudi Arabia and Russia. Maybe he puts sanctions on Russia. I'm not sure what the actions will be, um, but he will get involved some way. The U.S. will have to get involved to, you know, make these two parties come to some type of an agreement to stabilize the price of oil. But the reason why I don't think oil is going to bounce back soon is because that is not Trump's priority right now. Right now, Trump's priority is stopping the spread of the coronavirus. So until that happens, I don't see him focusing his attention on Russia and Saudi Arabia's price war. I see him focusing his attention on the coronavirus and you know the American people and the economy and all of that until the spread is contained. Then once the spread is contained, I think you see him then go and address the Russia Saudi Arabia situation. So I actually think, Caramel, that um, equities and the stock market bottoms first because I think it's more likely that the slowdown of the virus happens before oil, the price war between Russia and Saudi Arabia comes to an end. So I actually think you're going to see a low in the markets first, and then I think oil recovers after. That's my theory. I just think that Trump will be too focused on the coronavirus to get involved with Russia, you know, Putin and Saudi Arabia, and I feel like that will be a little bit more of a tactical negotiation that will take a little bit more time.
I have an idea.
Shoot.
Um, so one thing that you guys can do, because I mean, this is what I'm doing, and it might sound off the wall, but you know, it's not gimmicky. You could look at the amount of flights in the air in any country at any given time. That's one thing. You could also look at traffic. You know, what traffic is looking like all over the world. So once we start seeing like airlines and people start going back to work, then you'll start to see oil stabilize, right? We're not quite there yet, especially in the United States. Remember, China is the biggest consumer of oil, and they're kind of getting back. So,
Yeah.
you know, I'm thinking, look, if at some point that's got to give, because you know, look, Russia doesn't have anything, you know, economy-wise besides oil, right? Oil and like some precious metals and whatever. But it's not a bad idea to maybe, you know, on the next big down day, to start maybe scaling into some positions slowly. You know, like Mike says, it's tier one positions. You know, and also, you know, don't look for the companies that are just all right, like ExxonMobil that's just gotten crushed. ExxonMobil had a bunch of issues before this, Mostly with their chemical segment. So, you could look at other companies like BP and companies like that. But as we see more people on the road, and you'll start to notice it, and more flights in the air, then you're going to start seeing the price of oil go back up.
Yeah,
but slowly.
I agree. I agree. I think equities recover at a faster rate than oil, but I think that's a really good point that Jason brings up, guys, about paying attention to the amount of flights in the air, the amount of cars on the road. This is data that you can find online in real time. And as the number of flights come back online, as the number of cars people get back, they're driving to work, they're dropping kids off at school, people are flying on planes again. That will increase demand for oil, and that is when you can maybe start to get ahead of the curve a little bit, and start to kind of see a bottom out in oil, and that could be a signal and indication that that it's time to maybe go in there and start buying up oil. So that's a really good point that Jason brings up, guys.
And if you're worried about the risk and look, trying to find a bottom is kind of a losing strategy because everything's just kind of off the wall. So the way that you'll limit your risk is by, taking the profit from other trades. Like when you have a trade that does 50% or 100%, you can take some of that money and put it in an oil. Take $50, buy yourself a share of BP, buy yourself a share of Exxon if you really like them. That way your risk is zero. You're playing with house money, and that's the way that you grow your account. And that's been basically my whole trading strategy for years. Play with as much house money as possible and get into things that will turn around. Remember, my thesis has always been, what's the world going to need in 10 years?
Right.
Energy is energy. It's always going to be there, and as much as I want there to be clean, renewable energy, here's a statistic for you. All right. For us to get off of oil completely would take us about 30 years. So it's not happening. It's like you like to drive cars. Well, until cars stop making tires out of rubber,
Yeah.
There's going to be, I think it takes like 5 gallons or 10 gallons of oil to produce a tire.
Crazy.
You like wind energy? Great. Look at the amount of oil you need to create that turbine and the energy to put it up and weld everything together. So you have to look at it like that.
Right.
Oil isn't going anywhere.
No.
This price isn't going to last. If you're really smart, you can, and this is something a lot of people don't know, you can actually buy gasoline at this price for years. There's ways to do that. So if you really like these gas prices, you can basically buy yourself like futures for your own gasoline. So yeah, I just taught you something. That was free.
There it is, guy. Look at that. How about that? How about that advice? Crazy. Very creative. I like that, Jason.
Well,
all right, guys. So, guys, again, just to recap. Oh, God, yes, Chris. So, Chris asks, can I do this and work? Chris, absolutely. Okay. The majority of our members are actually part-time traders. We have a lot of traders that are full-time. I'm full-time. Jason's full-time. We have a lot of members that are full-time. But the majority of our members are part-time, meaning they have other jobs, they have other responsibilities during the day. Some people can only trade 1 or 2 hours a day. Some people can only trade 1 or 2 days a week. But the beauty about True Trading Group is with those with those real-time text message alerts, even if you're not in chat, you can still follow along with what it is that we're trading. And for those of you that are unfamiliar, my style, I'm not a scalper. That's first and foremost. I'm not a scalper. Jason's not a scalper. We don't have anybody in true trading that's a scalper. Scalpers are traders that look to get in and out of stocks within seconds to minutes. I'm more of a traditional day trader and swing trader. My trades last anywhere from several minutes to a few hours. And then I also do swing trade. So when I enter and exit a trade, you guys get alerts directly to your cell phone. There's plenty of time to act on that trade idea. It's not like I'm in and I'm out within 15 seconds. And if you're not in chat, it's not something that you can even think about following along. Okay. So, that I think is a very important thing that I feel like is important that we discuss. Um, because a lot of people struggle with scalping, and it's not really something that, unless you were in chat, you wouldn't really be able to follow. But um, point being that the majority of our members have success and are still part-time, so they're still working another job, and they're also following trades. They're learning how to trade. They're learning how to invest in different things. um, and that's really the way that we design True Trading Group to benefit that person specifically, because the average person is looking to just supplement their income, and but everyone's eventual goal and dream is financial freedom, right? Trading full time, being your own boss, saying screw the cubicle, screw your asshole boss, working from home, working for yourself, and being able to provide for your family with an unlimited ceiling. And that's really the thing about being a trader, is that you have an unlimited ceiling. There's each and every single one of you that are watching this live stream right now, there's not a single thing standing in the way of you making 100 grand a year, 500 grand a year, $1 million a year. There's nothing standing in the way of between you doing that. Okay. Now listen, are you going to make 500 grand overnight? No. All right. It's a process. But unlike other jobs, if you were a school teacher, if you were a fireman, if you were a construction worker, if you're in the military, okay, there is a limit on how much you will make. No matter how good you are at your job, no matter how hard you work, no matter how much you bust your ass, there's a cap to it. Put that same kind of effort and energy into learning this skill, and your opportunity is truly endless. There is no boss saying you're not going to get that promotion. This person's going to get it because, uh, I'm friends with their father. Okay, you're not going to get any of. There is none of that. You literally are in the driver's seat of your own potential.
Yeah, and let me give you a statistic for you, okay, for everybody to just kind of put it in perspective. There's 252 trading days in the year, okay? If you make 200 bucks a day, that's 50K a year. 400, that's 100K. 1,000 a day, 250K, and 4K a day is $1 million a year.
There it is.
That's my favorite statistic, because the whole thing is, it's not going to be overnight. You're not going to make four grand a day unless you're some kind of savant. And like you graduate, aim small, miss small.
Right. Exactly. Too many traders, guys, they try to get too big too fast. And that's usually the death of a trader. That's usually when traders fail, is because they don't um, even successful traders, they get some level of success, they get arrogant, they start to increase their size too much. And there's a right way and a wrong way to increase position size. It's something that I cover in our trader psychology course. The trader psychology course, there's a part one and there's also a part two, is really designed to get you to think more robotically, and less like a human, um, and approach trading in a statistical manner instead of an emotional manner. And that's what separates good traders from struggling traders, honestly. Or that's what separates good traders from great traders. Great traders are able to put emotions to the side and trade robotically based on statistics and averages and probabilities, more so um, than they're going to make decisions based on emotion. It's very similar to poker. It's not a a coincidence why you see the same faces at all of the World Series of Poker final tables year in and year out. It's not luck. There's a skill to it. There's a reason why the pros are the pros, and there's a reason why in trading the pros are the pros, and there's a reason why every single year, year after year after year after year, I can say to myself, I know without a question of a doubt, I'm going to make anywhere in this range. Okay. That is not luck. That's skill, but it's a skill that I spent 16 years perfecting and honing. And I was able to get I was fortunate enough to where I had a head start. I had a head start. My very first introduction to trading in was on Wall Street. I was on the 28th floor. I was in a classroom and I sat there for 3 months, and different traders from the hedge fund came in each week and taught us different topics. That was my first introduction to trading. So yes, I had a head start to this, but that is what I'm offering you now. That same 3-month education simplified into courses the everyday person can understand. And because of what's going on with the coronavirus and everything with the economy, I'm keeping a 30% discount to the end of the month when you can get access to everything we have to offer, including all of our courses, and all of our future courses are included as well. All the courses that are coming out down the road, because I'm constantly coming out with new educational material, is included in your membership. Okay. And if you guys sign up tonight, okay, you have 1 hour and 15 minutes left. I'm including a free 1 hour mentor session where we can review your trading, answer questions, or discuss whatever topics that you guys want. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It does work. It's fully mobile ready, guys. The site's fully mobile ready. You can access the chat room on your cell phone, still get all the trade alerts. Okay, it's fully mobile ready. The chat room, you can be in the chat room on your cell phone while you can still be at your desk at work. What else, guys? Any other questions you guys have for me? Nice, Jeremy. Jeremy's signing up right now or this week. Jeremy, I look forward to trading with you. I use Lightspeed for trade execution, guys. Lightspeed, in my opinion, is the best. But E-Trade, TD, Charles Schwab, they all offer free commission trades now. Unless you're a trader that's trading with size, Lightspeed's not necessary. If you have a small account, take advantage of the free commissions because Lightspeed is not free commissions. So take advantage of the free commissions with E-Trade, TD Ameritrade, Charles Schwab. Take advantage of that. But if you're trading with large size, Lightspeed by far has the best execution. And I use TC2000 for my charting. So guys, what you're looking at now, that's TC2000. I only use TC2000 for charting. TC2000, in my opinion, is the best charting software out there. I love their drawing tools. It's super, easy to draw. They're all their different indicators. I love TC2000's charting. You can trade with TC2000. They do offer a brokerage service. I've never used it, so I don't really know how good it is. There's a couple people in True Trading Group that use TC2000 as a brokerage, and it's the same as like Interactive Brokers that they say they have no issues with it. They say they like it. But me personally, I've never traded through TC2000. I've only used their charting software. Let's see. What else, guys? Yeah, no, Sam, you don't need a lot of money, guys. It's a very common misconception. Sam asked, how much initial capital do you need to start trading? $500. If you've got $500, you can start trading. You don't need, $100,000, $10,000 to start trading. I mean, sure, if you can start with a few $1,000, that's great. But you can start with 500. You don't need to start with a huge account. I hate Robinhood. Senior cluckers, I'm sorry. I hate Robinhood, guys. I hate Robinhood. They're not obviously they're not reliable with everything the problems that they just had, and their execution is horrendous. I hear nothing but horror stories from our members in True Trading Group. So, guys, take advantage. You only have an hour left to get the free one-on-one. Invest in yourselves. Invest in yourselves, guys, please. Take advantage of this opportunity in these markets. This is hands down the single greatest opportunity that I've ever seen in my life. And like I said, I went through 2008, and I think this opportunity is even bigger. I actually like Acorns, Jonathan. I think Acorns is a great app to get people started investing. I like Acorns. All right, guys, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to remind you guys about the offer. And then I'm going to tell you guys the stocks that I added to my portfolio last week and the stocks I'm looking to add this week. And I'll get Jason's Jason's input as well. All right, guys. So again, do not forget a 30% discount on a 1-year all-inclusive membership to True Trading Group. Get you access to all of our courses, the trading room, the text message alerts, the email alerts, the premium blog, the stock profile, every single thing that we have, you get access to. Okay? Every single thing you get access to. If you sign up within the next 1 hour, you have 1 hour left, we're including a free 1 hour one-on-one mentor session. Take advantage of that. Click on the link in the description or in the chat. Click on the link in the chat. Okay? Use the coupon code TTGBM2020, and that'll get you guys a 30% discount. Now, let's talk about what I added to my long-term portfolio. Here we go, guys. Get a paper and pen ready because I'm going to tell you guys what stocks I added to my portfolio last week, what stocks I plan on adding this week. Okay? Last week, I added to the following. I'll give you guys a minute to get a paper and pen. Noble Eagle, I agree. I love Walmart. Okay, here we go, guys. Stocks I added to last week. Apple. Amazon. Google. Facebook. Microsoft. This one's my favorite. AMD. AMD is my favorite stock I own. Nvidia. Disney. Boeing. Okay? That is what I added to last week. Stocks I plan on adding to this week. I will probably be buying more of all the stocks I just mentioned. Again, guys, this is for my long-term portfolio. This is not a swing trade. This is my long-term portfolio. This is my investment portfolio, my long-term stuff. This is, investments for the next, 10, 15 years. Okay? Over every year, okay, I put away money every year in my long-term portfolios. I have a SEP IRA that I max out the contribution every single year. you're allowed in a SEP IRA, you're allowed up to $57,000 or 25% of your income, whichever number is lower. And that's pre-tax. Okay. So I have a SEP IRA, I max it out every year. And then I also have a separate dollar amount that I like to put away each month. I put a little bit away, but when the market sells off like this, I take advantage and I add big chunks. Okay. So I'm going to probably add to all the stocks that I just talked about. Now, stocks that I'm going to add to for the first time next week. JP Morgan, Johnson & Johnson, Home Depot, Shopify, TNDM. All right. Those are the stocks that I'm going to be adding to this week. If I add any others, I will let you guys know on the YouTube channel. I'll just add it in my end of day recaps. I'll tell you guys what stocks that I ended up adding that day. So those are the companies that I'm grabbing. Jason, are there any companies that you have your eyes on, or anything that you feel is a good long-term wealth building opportunity?
Yeah, you mentioned a couple of them. I like Boeing. I like Disney a lot. I like Delta. I'd like Delta more than American Airlines, but I also like American Airlines. And one that I actually talked to somebody that's a really good investor today. We were talking about Carnival Cruise Lines. That was $50 like 2 months ago. Now it's at like 12.
Yep.
So I like that one under 10. Scaling in. I like IIPR, which is a REIT.
Oh, I do. I like IIPR also.
I gave that to somebody at $50.
I forgot about IIPR. Guys, add that one. IIPR. I actually like IIPR a lot also.
And if you like IIPR and it's just too rich for you, Power REIT, PW. Okay? It's trading at like $8. That's the next IIPR. So this is kind of like when I called GW Pharma at $30. I think Power REIT's going to do really well. So Power REIT. I also like Paychecks, which isn't a really sexy stock, but 90% of their people are working remotely, and they're going to be probably the people that do distributions for the checks, for the stimulus.
Mm-hmm.
And they've just been getting absolutely battered. So I think scaling into that one, it was $90 a month ago. Who else do I like? I said Boeing.
I forgot to add this. I also like Activision. Guys, I also like Activision, ATVI. I am a big believer in the future of gaming stocks and like virtual reality. So these are all stocks that I'm going to be adding to. I forgot to mention Activision. I'm going to be adding to Activision this week.
Yeah, I also like IBM. That's down, 35%. Yeah. It's under 100. IBM's not going anywhere.
IBM is now back to the levels of the dot-com boom.
Yeah.
Put that into perspective.
Here's one, Mike, that I know you're gonna like. Square.
I do like Square.
So Square is right now $38.
This guy smoked. I do like Square.
It was $85. And if you like Square, or if you like Shopify at $550, you're gonna love it at $346.
Yep.
Shopify, it's a little pricey. that might be one where you buy just some longer term options.
Yeah.
I do like Roku eventually, and I also like Twilio for cloud.
I like Twilio too. Actually.
Twilio puts in solid earnings.
Yeah.
And you can say that for Twitter as well. And probably one of my favorite, which I've also been, I got burned on last year, and I got burned big for like $250,000 on an options trade. But I still like it, and I should hate it. Is U.S. Steel.
Really?
Yeah.
X.
And I'll tell you why I like U.S. Steel, right? After we have something like this, where, I like Home Depot, so let me agree with you, and that kind of goes into U.S. Steel, right?
Yeah.
Automakers, everything are just kind of getting hammered.
Right.
And there are some automakers, but I'm not quite settled on which ones yet. But the thing that's going to bring the middle class back is going to be infrastructure projects. And God knows in the United States, we need to fix our bridges, our roadways, and everything else in between. And U.S. Steel, before the trade wars was $37. Now it's $5. So, I like U.S. Steel. It's just kind of a steal right now. No pun intended.
No, that was definitely pun intended.
Yeah, but I'll tell you right now, my all-time favorite thing to get long in right now is going to be Berkshire Hathaway.
Oh, I know.
And here's why I like Berkshire Hathaway, because Warren Buffett has been sitting on $183 billion in cash.
Yeah, he's cashed up.
And he has not deployed it. And he can basically go in and he can buy companies if he wants.
He could write a check right now and buy Boeing.
Yeah, and he could buy Disney if he wanted.
Yep.
So I think that as in terms of like money managers, you can get the Series B stock, which I think is a steal where it is.
Yeah, it's $170. Series A is what is it?
200.
200 and
almost 300 grand.
Yeah, $257,000 for one share.
Yeah, and Mike and I talked about this. I was like, yeah, maybe I'm going to buy like 1 or 2 shares of Berkshire, because it was almost 400 grand a share.
Yep.
A month ago.
Yep. Seriously.
And so I think if there's anybody that is going to make this is one of those situations where I'm going to follow the Buffett trade, because the guy just doesn't miss.
Yep. I'm doing the same.
Also, because he's retiring, if you go and you look in like the prospectus of Berkshire Hathaway, all of his stock, 99% of his stock, is basically going to go back into the company, which is like a $90 billion buyback, and it'll take him 10 years. So I think Berkshire Hathaway is just going to be an absolute monster. And that's one where, I don't mind if I'm paying a little bit more, because I'd be happy to pay a little bit less.
Yeah. True.
So here you go. I just gave you your membership.
Yeah, there it is, guys.
Berkshire Hathaway.
So yeah, the Series B, guys, is $170 a share. Obviously, the Series A, you got to have some serious capital for that one, $257,000. But yeah, Jason, I think that's a really safe place to just dump, to put, scoop up 1 or 2 shares. And I mean, the thing was just at 330,000.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Now we're at 250. I mean, worst case scenario, it goes to 230. That's it. It's not going lower than that.
Yeah. So, yeah, and every day something presenting themselves, you know?
Yeah.
And I also like gold here. I'm not much for silver, but I am for gold because of the sheer amount of applications for gold, you know?
Yeah.
So, and it will be a safe haven with inflation.
Yeah, I like gold too. Because don't forget, guys, you have to understand all of this economic stimulus that has come that is coming into the economy. Once the economy rights itself, once the ship gets righted, all of this stimulus is going to spark inflation. Okay? And that is when gold will really start to do well. A lot of you are talking about JNUG. Guys, I think you're playing with fire if you're holding JNUG. A lot of you are not going to be happy about me saying this, but I think it's possible JNUG goes belly up.
I'm playing with fire.
I know. Jason's on the opposite side of this trade, guys. So this is a trade where Jason and I are on opposite ends.
But here's the thing, right? I hold a core, I trade a core. And what did we do when we entered that first JNUG trade?
Right.
We took profit twice. So the first profit we took was 90 cents above our entry. The second was $1.50 above.
Yep.
So when I reloaded, and I reloaded I think at 380 on Friday, I have a ton of insurance on my money. You know?
Yeah.
So I think for my position to I think I started losing money at 280.
Yeah.
I think 280 is my break even, but that's why we're active and we're managing risk, right?
Well, I think people are asking Jason like if they should buy it and invest in it long term. It's a great vehicle to be trading right now because, like Jason just said, guys, it's making big moves. It's making big moves, but I just have a feel. I think that when JNUG had all of its leverage sucked out of it, I just think that there is a real possibility. I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, it's going to be a hell of a buy. But I think there's a real possibility that JNUG goes under, and JNUG will no longer be trading in the very, very near future. But on the flip side, JNUG could be back to $15.
Well, maybe take a look at the accumulation distribution. I probably should have done that, but the volume has just been insane.
Yeah. All the leverage that's 3 times leverage on the junior gold miners. All that leverage came out. Margin calls and ETFs, they cost money, guys. And without getting that investment in, I'm just saying, I've seen it happen before with ETFs. I just think it's a very risky long-term investment, but it's a high risk, high reward play. If you guys want to park some money there, it could either go to zero or it can go to, $15, $20. So it's a high risk, high reward play. So if you guys are looking for like a safe long-term investment, that I would not consider JNUG a safe long-term investment right now, but it would be a high risk, high reward type of play. So that's my opinion on it. For those of you, a lot of people, Jason, were asking about JNUGs. That's why I just talked about it for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, look, I wish I took profit at 6, or it went to 625 that day, which was over 50%. I mean, I think that's 80%. And some people did. Some people took profit at $6. my goal there would be to maybe flip it a couple times, because look, a lot of what I do is just kind of trading the market psychology, and there's always going to be people that think that they're getting a deal that you can sell into. So I can de-risk that way. And we'll see. It's got it's a cult stock, right? It's like dry ships back in the day.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
All right. What else, guys? Anybody else have any other questions? Any specific stocks they want to ask Jason or myself about? I don't like Groupon, Mike.
No, I hate Groupon.
Yeah, I don't like Groupon, Mike.
Groupon is for companies that are failing.
Yeah.
At some point you run out of suckers, and I know people that were in the restaurant business, and that was like a last resort.
Yeah. AVGO. Broadcom. I like AVGO too. I like AVGO too. Honestly, guys, there's so many, like, it's crazy because there's so many good opportunities. If you guys are looking for companies that you think are going to do that will do well right now in this environment, Zoom Video is just an animal. Zoom Video will continue to do well as long as people are working from home. I like Teledoc, TDoc, but I actually think TDoc will do well even after coronavirus. So I do like Teledoc. My target for the TVIX tomorrow, but guys, the TVIX is not. I think the TVIX maybe gets back to like, I don't know, 800 or 900. I don't think we go over 1,000.
I feel better shorting the TVIX at some point.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's the same for UVXY.
Yeah.
Like you can play UVXY options during the week. Because look, we know how it goes, right? It gaps up, then the market does a little bit better, and then it comes down, and then it always has a big Monday. And look, UVXY in the first week of February, I actually just tweeted a picture with my TTG Wolf code. It was a question was asked, like, if somebody put a gun to your head and gave you 500 grand, where do you put your money right now? And I was like, 500 grand. I was like, UVXY. It was $11. It hit 120.
My goodness.
Yeah, and I had $11 call options, and I sold them.
Oh my God.
It hurts. But, going back to Zoom, if you like Zoom, maybe take a look at Box. That's another one for working remotely.
Mm-hmm.
And, I saw an interview with the CEO, and, he said something very smart. Well, yeah, they are getting a lot of inquiries for their customers, for new customers. They're basically servicing and upgrading the customers that they have that are just scaling up. So they're not going after quick money, they're going after long-term clients. And eventually, when this dies down, then I think people are going to want to be more prepared. And I think maybe Zoom is a little bit pricey for some people.
Yeah, it's already made it really big. The thing about Zoom is the only thing that makes me hesitant, like the reason why I like Zoom as a company, I'm not investing in it right now because I just think the valuation is inflated with what's going on with coronavirus. So if if Zoom was at $90 right now, I'd be a long-term buyer. But this recent coronavirus, everybody works from home, everybody's using Zoom video. That's artificially, and also people are looking for, somewhere to put their money. Zoom video, I think, is artificially inflated right now. I think once people start going back to work, the the hype will come out of Zoom video. It'll pull back, but the user experience that people went through working from home are not going to forget about Zoom video. And then Zoom video will become their go to technology platform for video conferencing and that type of stuff, even after the coronavirus is long gone. And I think Zoom video is really has an opportunity right now to really capture market share and also build brand loyalty and brand equity with so many people using their platform right now. They had the CEO was on CNBC the other day. He said they had like 1.3 billion people on on like their video meeting platform in one day, like something just insane. Um, that that user experience is not going to be forgotten. So I think once people go back to work, Zoom video pulls back, and then you'll have a nice long-term buying opportunity. That's what I'm looking for in Zoom video. That's why Zoom video is not on my list of companies I'm buying now. I hope that makes sense, guys.
Yeah, but you know what? Here's something that you need to be very cautious about for Zoom, and this is something because I'm actually looking to short Zoom at some point, which again might be a contrarian idea, but here's my thesis behind it. Zoom hasn't been trading for more than a year. Okay, I think the float right now is something like 20 million shares, which is a small percentage of the total shares in it. So what that means is, at some point, you're going to have a share cliff or a share unlock, and with that unlock, you're going to have people that invested in this in early stages that are going to want to get out because the thing's over $100, and they're likely making 500% on their money, if not more. So it's going to come down to, I think it's going to be a supply and demand issue with this. And, you can make, I know people that all they do is trade around share cliffs. And one of the most successful investors and traders I know that just got stupid money is, taught me this. And this is how when Beyond Meat, for example, was $200, I'm saying, okay, and I'm saying this in August, that October 29th, it'll be under $100.
Wow.
Everybody hated that idea. But why? Because that's when the share unlock was. It closed that day, and so there's 3-month difference, almost 4 months, at $85. And I was just buying puts the whole time.
Yep.
And the same thing with Tilray, which is a pot stock, which I called the greatest short in pot stock history.
Yep. That was my single biggest trade of 2018. I bought put options on the day it hit 300. And 2 days later, it was at $125.
I sold put options. I sold put options on that at $33.
Wow.
I think that was my best option trade.
Yeah, that trade was my biggest trade of 2018. Was Tilray.
Yeah, but the whole reason was it only had a float of 10 million.
Yeah, I know.
And then I think it has like 80 million shares that come out every 6 months.
Crazy.
So if you look, do some homework and you can see when the shares unlock for Zoom, you'll have a really good idea of, where it's going. And trust me, people are already doing this homework and then positioning themselves. And you can take a look at that by looking at the open interest around those dates.
Yeah. Hey guys, we can go on.
We could be here till tomorrow's open.
Yeah, we could be here till tomorrow's open talking about, talking about what stocks are good buys, and it seems like almost everything right now is a good buy because of, just how rocked all of these companies have. Um, it's crazy. It's just you look at what's going on and you see how far the markets have pulled back in and or how far they've sold off. It's hard to look at some of these stocks and say, wow, this is cheap compared to just 2 months ago. Um, but this is what's going on. This is the opportunity that's out there. This is a long-term wealth building opportunity. It's also a short-term income generating opportunity with the volatility that we're having in these markets, and that's why it's 11:30 on a Sunday night, and instead of being in bed, I'm doing live streams with you guys because I want you guys to be able to take advantage of this opportunity. I really do. I had when all of this mess started, so many of you were commenting on my videos where people were messaging me on Twitter, like asking me like what to do, like, how do I make money from this? This is how. This is how. It's like buying the TVIX, buying UVXY, it's buying SPY put options. I mean, this is how you navigate these markets. In 2008, I made all my money. I shorted all the financials. I was short all the banks. Bank of America, Citigroup, Lehman Brothers, which ended up going out of business. I mean, I was short all of those banks. Um, the one thing Jim Cramer does says that makes a tremendous amount of sense is that there's always a bull market somewhere. You just have to know where to look. And even though the market is in full on crash panic mode, there's a bull market somewhere where Zoom video, where Walmart, where TVIX, where UVXY. There's a bull market somewhere. Okay. I mean, you look at Walmart. Walmart just hit 52-week highs the other day. Or was it all time high? All time highs just the other day. Okay. This is kind of the action that we're getting right now. And this is why, I'm challenging you guys right now. I'm honestly challenging you. Okay. I'm challenging you to take advantage of this opportunity. 30% discount on a 1-year all-inclusive membership plan. Take $1,000, guys. If you've got $1,500 in your trading account, take $1,000, invest in yourself, get an education, join Jason and myself and the rest of the TGT family, trade with us every single day, get all of the courses, current and future, and learn how to make money in this environment. Because you have traders that, and I'm sure this is true with many of you, you have traders in here that are literally having their biggest days, their biggest weeks that they've ever had. And it's because stocks are making such massive moves. The Dow is moving 2,000 points in a day. That is, guys, a normal day for the Dow is like 250 points. That's a normal day, not 2,500. You're getting 10 times the movement. Then you factor in all these leveraged ETFs like TVIX, and the moves are TVIX is moving $100 a day. Sometimes more. It gaps up $50. If you guys, you're doing yourself a massive injustice. Honestly, you really are. You're doing yourself a massive injustice. I'm challenging you guys to take advantage of this opportunity. invest in yourself. If you got 500 bucks, I challenge you, turn that into 3,500 for 6 months of your membership. If you guys just took part in the SPY option trade on Friday or Jason's Roku trade, you'd be halfway there in one trade. You'd be halfway there in one trade. A $500 option trade in the SPY would return you 1,500 bucks. In Jason's Roku trade would return you like 2,000 bucks. That's the type of opportunity that's in the markets right now. That's why I'm asking you guys, take advantage of this. I challenge you to invest in yourself, get the education, and join me. You guys have 30 minutes left to get a free one-on-one mentorship program with myself where we can discuss your trading, we can review your trades, we can talk about anything that you want to discuss, answer any questions that you have, one-on-one personal mentorship. That's included for free if you sign up within the next 34 minutes. Otherwise, you guys can still just get the 30% discount. I'll post it in chat again. I know it's been being posted a few times throughout the day or throughout the live stream. There it is, guys. Click on that link in chat. You'll get taken to the website. Use coupon code TTGBM2020, and that'll get you guys the 30% discount. Man, guys, I'm trying to keep up with all your guys' questions. Guys, listen. For those of you, there's been so many comments in chat. It's very hard for me to keep up with everyone's questions. So if I did not get to your question, just comment. After this video is going to be posted on YouTube, just comment under the video and I will get back and I will answer each and every one of your questions, just like I do with all of my end of day recaps. There's so many of you. There's still hundreds of people that are on here. I've been on here now for 2.5 hours and we still have hundreds of people that are still on. So, I try to. Well, Keith, I can't make you money if you don't sign up, brother. Keith, on Friday, I posted a video on YouTube at 3 p.m. saying that I was buying SPY put options. If you had bought those same options on Friday before the close, you'd be up probably about 200, 250% on your money tomorrow. If you think $1,000 is too much for a year of trade alerts, chat, all of the educational courses, the same material that I learned when I worked at a hedge fund, if you think $1,000 is too much, then I can't help you. This is not for everyone. And I really do mean that, guys. This is not for everyone. You guys understand how long it took me to make all those courses. It took me months to make all of those courses. And even still, I provide the one-on-one mentorship. So I put in the time to really help and guide you through this and really truly teach you and answer your questions and be there for you throughout your growth process. I only want people that are willing to put the time in themselves, they're willing to invest in themselves and really take this seriously because I take it very seriously. DX Persona, I don't think the TVIX gets over $1,000. The high is $1,000. I think that'll stay the high. Nice. Forever 28, welcome. Forever 28 just joined. Alan just joined. Alan, welcome to the family. I'll see you in chat tomorrow. Keith, Keith, and stay there. Stay there. There's no need for you to be on the live stream then. Just stay there. It's very simple.
I buy Roku puts tomorrow? Maybe. I'd probably buy them if it got back to 78. But if it gets back down to 60, I'll probably buy calls. Let's be honest.
Mike Cardwell, I look forward to trading with you. That Robinhood thing is, I feel so bad for people. There's actually somebody in True Trading Group that lost $30,000 because of not being able to access their Robinhood account for those 2 days. It's just so inexcusable. I feel so bad for everyone that was hurt during that, and Robinhood's not going to do anything about it. I feel so terrible for everyone that got hurt during that. So Mike, I totally understand, man. I totally understand.
Steal from the rich, give to the poor, give it right back to the rich.
Yep. Man. Yeah, the Giants, right? It's creepy, man. The Giants are like Times Square is a ghost town. Yeah, it's really creepy. All right, guys. I think that's it, gang. I think that's it, gang. It's 11:30.
Yeah, we have to watch Curb Your Enthusiasm, dude.
Yeah, man. So, all right, guys. That's it. That kind of confirms, that kind of concludes our live stream for tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed me bringing Jason on and enjoyed his insight. Again, Jason's a full-time moderator now in True Trading Group. And again, guys, if you sign up within the next now 27 minutes, you get a free one-on-one mentor session where we can review your trades. We can go over any questions or topics that you guys have or want to discuss. And again, you get the 30% discount on the 1-year all-inclusive membership. I'm not exaggerating when I tell you this is the single greatest opportunity that I've ever seen as a trader, not only because of the intraday volatility that we are seeing, the moves that these stocks and these options are making is just not normal. This volatility will subside. The Dow is going to stop moving 2,000 points in a day. It's going to go back to moving 200 points in a day, and you're going to wish that you were trading during this time. Eventually, 1 year, 2 year, 3 years from now, the market's going to be a lot higher than where it is today, and you're going to wish that you took advantage of this time to buy Apple at $200. You're going to wish you took advantage of this opportunity. That's why I'm doing this at 11:30 at night on a Sunday with you instead of being in bed. Okay? So again, gang, I challenge you guys, take advantage of this opportunity. I'll type it right there in chat again. Okay? Click on that link. Use coupon code TTGBM2020. Radio Black Band, what's up? Radio Black Band says, join. I got in, right? Radio Black Band signed up last week and has already had 2 50% winners. And he says that Mike is the man. Thank you. You're the man too. I appreciate you. But guys, this is what we're talking about. And if you guys don't believe it, go watch the video I just posted on Friday. On Friday, I posted a video before the market closed and said, guys, I'm buying SPY put options. I think we're going to gap down on Monday. Go watch the video. Okay? That's the type of stuff that you get every single day. All right. So that's it, guys. I want to thank each and every webinar. I don't have an app, so I can. It's mobile ready. Blonder 3000. It's fully mobile ready, so you can access the chat on your iPad. You can access it on your Galaxy, your Samsung phone, your Apple iPhone. It's fully mobile ready. Nice, Mike. Listen, Mike. I really feel bad, man, with everything that happened with Robinhood, but I look forward to trading with you, bro. Yes, they do have Webinato does have a mobile application also. All right. So that's it, guys. Great job. Thanks for joining me. Another awesome live stream. Hope you guys enjoyed all of the content, the tips. I answered as many questions as I possibly could. If you guys have any further questions, just feel free to comment in the video, the comment section, because this video does get posted up on the YouTube channel once all is said and done. So take advantage, guys. I am challenging you to act on this, what I think is the greatest opportunity to build true wealth that I've seen in my entire life, and the best trading environment that I've seen in my entire life. And this is not going to last forever. So you guys better take advantage of it while it's still here. I'll see you guys in chat tomorrow. Again, 30% off, guys. There it is. And you have now 23 minutes to sign up and get the free one-on-one. Nice. Cooking with the Real Estate Agent just signed up. Let's do it. Anthony just signed up. Welcome. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Yes. I love new. I can't wait to do one-on-ones with all of you. Every single one of you that have signed up tonight, I cannot wait to do our one-on-one. I can't wait to do our one-on-ones. I love the one-on-ones. I love talking to members in chat and on YouTube. You guys get to hear my voice, my personality. You see my face all day long. So for me, it's nice to put a voice and a personality to a username. So I genuinely enjoy the one-on-ones. Blonder, it's about an hour. It's about an hour. Sometimes it goes more. It's about an hour. I don't hold people to like a stopwatch. It's not like, oh, an hour's up, and we end the mentor session. I go as long as we need to. I've had one-on-ones last an hour and a half. We cover. I cover everything that I want to cover in the one-on-one. So if you want to review your trading, if you want to ask questions, discuss certain topics, whatever it is, I make sure that I give the time that's needed. Alex, I look forward to it. Come on in, Kristen. Come on in. I look forward to trading with you, Kristen. All right, guys. Like I said, now you've got 21 minutes left for that free one-on-one. Take advantage of it. Get the 30% discount. I'll put it in chat one more time. And that's it, guys. That concludes our live stream. I'm signing off. Jason the Wolf says goodbye as well. Jason, let him know we're out of here.
Later.
And I will see all of you in chat tomorrow. And we'll take a look and see. What's going on with the SPY and what kind of gap down that we get. Oh God, Blonder, no, Blonder, no, Blonder, no, Blonder. Before I sign off, huge misconception, Blonder 3000. I have to address before we go. Blonder says it seems like you mostly trade large number of shares on a $50,000 or $100,000 account. It seems like that's not going to work for people starting with small accounts. I trade with a large account. Yes, I have 7 figures in buying power in my account. Yes, I trade with a large account. Does that mean that people with a small account cannot trade my strategies and my style? Absolutely not. That's the difference between a gimmick and a true professional education. Okay. You can trade options. You can buy $100 in an option contract. You do, just because I trade with large size does not mean that you can't. That is literally why I don't show you guys my size, because I don't want people to get discouraged when they say, "Oh, well, Mike's, look how much, I can't, I can't do what Mike does." It's all relative. Position size has nothing to do with it. It's all relative. If I bought SPY put options on Friday, Monday, I'm going to be up to 250%, depending on what the market does. If you bought $100 or $100,000, 200% is 200%. It's irrelative what my position size is compared to yours. Percentage gain is percentage gain, whether it's on $1 or $1 million. It's percentage gain. And learning how to trade the options is a huge part of that, as well as trading small caps. Now, if you have a small account, are you going to buy the TVIX? No. Are you going to buy Tesla? No. But can you buy options in Tesla? You bet your ass you can. Okay. Can you trade the UVXY? Yes, you can. Can you buy options in the SPY? Yes, you can. Nice, Blonder. I've got SPY puts as well. I have the 230 strike, tomorrow expiration. Those are the contracts that I have. I have the 230 strike, tomorrow expiration puts. Okay? That's it, guys. Okay, guys? So that's it. Thanks for joining me today. Take advantage, guys, of 30% discount. I challenge each and every single one of you to take the next step, get a true professional education. Join me and Jason in chat live every single day, and let's kick some ass, take some names, and continue to pull some money out of this market while there's volatilities here. And when the dust settles, there's going to be tremendous long-term opportunity. Remember the stocks I told you guys I'm adding in my long-term portfolio. I'm going to be adding this week. I'll keep you guys updated. Thanks for joining me all. I'll see you guys tomorrow in chat.